We are live. Hello, Durud and Shalom.
Welcome back, everyone. We have very urgent news analysis to get to you guys today. This is going to be an important stream. Let's begin by offering our condolences to the two United States soldiers that were fatalities as a result of IRGC missiles last night. And we begin with our program. President Donald Trump has not posted on Truth Social for more than 18 hours, which usually means that he has important meetings or something important has happened, which it has. And the president, according to multiple U.S. officials, has now ordered to open the gates of hell on the IRGC, so we can expect a much broader operation tonight, which will probably include striking many of the targets across the country of Iran and the IRGC capabilities all together. If we take a look at the southern coast of Iran, the strikes are once again continuing tonight. I think that's the 8th night in a row. And even before we went live, they are continuing to degrade the defense capabilities along the southern coast in preparation for a bigger air campaign or a land invasion of the southern coast. They have struck Bandar Abbas bridges again. And not only that, they've actually struck bridges around Chabahar as well. Bridges, roads, and tunnels all across the southern coast of Iran have been struck, leading to Bandar Abbas, completely isolating the city and forcing workarounds. The Islamic Republic has paved dirt roads to get around these broken bridges and tunnels, but it seems that with the blockade back on and these roads that were workarounds to the blockade being struck, the timer and the ticker is running out for the Islamic Republic much faster. Russian and Chinese intelligence was believed to have been used when the IRGC struck the Jordanian base over the past 48 hours, resulting in 2 fatalities of United States service members, along with about 24 critically injured and wounded who may pass from their wounds, and another 50 or so troops that have been injured as a result of shrapnel or brain injuries from the explosions. Many of them have been airlifted to the Ramstein base in Germany or Israel for medical treatment, and I wish them the best. As a result of that, we believe that a significant response is on its way. As we speak, we've been hearing explosions over the past few hours. And I want to remind you guys that the United States has poured many more refueling aircraft and fighter jets and troops into the area recently. So we may be looking at full capacity operations, a 24-hour bombing campaign, etc., to punish the IRGC targets. The Islamic Republic, in the past couple of days, expanded its attacks on U.S. bases and assets in terms of both quantity and the quality, which we've seen them strike head-on to barracks. They've been focusing on Jordan, which may be preparation for them to carry out more attacks on Israel. I'm giving this from the point of view of the IRGC. And they've also hit critical infrastructure in Kuwait, such as power plants and water desalination plants. They've also launched raids into Iraq to target Kurdistan groups and have been bombarding them constantly. That's what we're dealing with over the past 48 hours. And I actually, speaking of Kuwait, here is something, Armin, that is significant. So a second power plant and water desalination plant in the country of Kuwait was struck last night. And it's not looking so good for that country, because here's their official statement of the sort. It's in Arabic, but they only have 11 of them in the entire country. One of them got taken out 2 days ago. Another one got taken out today. So that's caused some pretty heavy energy outages in Kuwait.
Wait, energy outages? Is this a power plant or a water desalination?
It's both. They actually dual purpose their plants for both electricity generation and water desalination. It's in the same area.
So it was this. It's not just being targeted; it's actually putting it out of order.
Yeah. So they actually cited that there was extensive material damage and wounded like engineers and technical people. So it was a direct hit right on the facility.
A lot of the attacks by the Islamic. By the way, guys, I also wanted to say my condolences to the Americans and honestly to everyone else as well. But Ali, there needs to be a huge response. Like this is United States should not show that they're not going to be able to. Nobody, the whole world should show, honestly, that they cannot tolerate this. American soldiers are killed. Water desalination plants are being targeted. This could put millions of people at risk. Millions of people depend on this. And in the middle of desert, there's no water there. And now the Islamic Republic is also making aggressive moves to close Bab el-Manda, significantly putting pressure on global economy if they're successful with that. Bab el-Manda being closed, water desalination plants being targeted and destroyed, apparently, and American soldiers being killed. What are we waiting for? We need to see something big happening against the Islamic Republic within the next couple of hours. Yeah, we need a major response. And again, this is not a regime that you could make any deals with. This is not a regime you could make any deals with. And I'm wondering if the Islamic Republic thinks that they are coming, because this is suicidal behavior. This is the kind of cards that you play if you think that you're about to collapse. But yeah, but people in the chat are saying finish them. Yeah, finish the job with them. Enough already.
Do you think that Donald Trump, after what has just happened with the infrastructure of the Persian Gulf Arab countries and the US troops having fatalities, go back to the negotiating table? Because this is a significant factor now that US fatalities are in play.
I don't know if they're going to go to the negotiation table. I just hope that whatever they do is not with an intention of actually coming to an agreement with them. I don't know if they will maybe want to trick them or something, buy time to prepare things. But right now, I don't know about what they're going to do later. But right now, before they do anything else, honestly, if they do go back to the negotiating table, there's going to be many people who are going to be extremely disappointed. Even if they have a 5D chess plan or whatever to get back to the negotiation table for an eventual downfall of the Islamic Republic, a lot of people are going to get really frustrated because they killed American soldiers, right? And this is not the only ones. But before whatever they're going to do in the long term, right now, the focus needs to be absolute devastating punishment of the Islamic Republic. These people, and by the way, guys, brace yourselves. There's going to be disgusting celebrations from the Islamic Republic and the regime supporters for these American soldiers being killed, right? And these people are going to be very happy that they finally managed to do something. And you need to make these people's celebration last as short as possible. You need to make these people regret what they just did. You need to make them wish that those American soldiers never died, that they didn't do this. You have to make them regret what happened here. Whatever happens later, right now, you need to make these people regret what just happened.
There are some apparently phone call conversations from White House correspondents, and they have said that they asked President Trump about his reaction to the Islamic Republic saying the MOU is no longer in play, because they did announce that. So Borrell, the foreign ministry spokesperson, came out and said the MOU is no longer a thing because the U.S. violated everything, so we're no longer abiding by it. And the White House correspondents asked Donald Trump, what do you think about that? He said, I couldn't care less. And they also asked him about the U.S. troops that were casualties, and he said that trying to get that statement, I read it earlier, but he said that it's very sad. It's very sad that happens in the line of duty, but Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. So I think he's holding his cards close to his chest here. Pete Hegseth said that only stiffens our resolve, and we will see what the American response to that will be tonight. I assume it will be pretty significant tonight, tomorrow night, the day after the ceasefire's off. The MOU's dead. There's casualties, infrastructure being struck. Everything this week has escalated. We also have the video of not only the missiles hitting the Jordanian base, we also have videos hitting the the Kuwaiti infrastructure. So I'm going to turn off because the sound of air conditioning is coming from that video. But Kuwait is looking like this. I don't know why he turned his phone to the side. That actually completely ruins the video there. But you can see the flames going on in Kuwait City. Now let's take a look at the map again and go up to see what else has the Islamic Republic been destroying. We go here to Jordan, and we go to the United States military base here, which took some direct hits. This was the preliminary report from the satellite imagery that we saw, that there were fires on the base. And we were warned that there may be mass casualties. The videos of the rockets impacting, the missiles impacting are here. It seems like the first explosion actually didn't hit anything significant, but the second rocket coming in did.
That's the one that killed the 2 American soldiers, the second one?
People largely believe that that second missile, so this is the first missile, and it doesn't make a large impact. The second one largely is to believe is what's caused the fatalities. Here is what the United States troops use on that base as a sort of defense. It's pretty much these concrete sort of shelters here, and they kind of huddle up with their gas masks like so. These are not designed to withstand ballistic missile or a cruise missile or any sort of missile attack, really. They're meant to cover up from small arms fire, shrapnel, and such. So directing, being hit here is what's largely believed to have caused the casualties. So these are the defenses of the base, largely like this. And then we also have something not unprecedented, but the most that it's ever happened before. We have the heaviest GPS jamming in the Middle East that we have ever seen. It's never been this heavy before. Makes sense? This is all in preparation for the most definite response from the United States to come, which I'm scanning the news for to see any moment now. It's very quiet. What we have seen come out of the US is a travel ban on the entire world. So the travel gov of the United States Department of State Consular Affairs has issued a worldwide caution saying, because of the war in the Middle East, we urge every American in the region and the world to be very careful, exercise increased caution, and please, follow the guidance.
Just to be clear, it's not a ban. It's a travel caution. It's not a ban.
Did I say ban?
Yep.
Oh, I meant caution. Did not mean ban. So that is what we have largely seen that are the important things coming out of the macro. Along with, apparently now Saudi Arabia will get to enrich uranium, but go around the IAEA regulations. And they're being allowed to do this by the United States. So the president hasn't signed off on it, but the draft is there. It's on his desk, and he has to sign off on that. So that's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. That's going to let Saudi Arabia, and here it is. So the Trump administration, they have a draft agreement sitting on the president's desk. This would allow Saudi Arabia to just go around the IAEA's inspections and regulations. It would be relying instead on a US-Saudi safeguard agreement. This is pretty dangerous because now that gives Saudi Arabia in the future to build nuclear weapons.
Wow.
But That's, it's still regulated by the US. The IEA just won't get to go into Saudi Arabia. We don't know what these regulations are, but apparently maybe that was the deal. Saudi Arabia will be allowed to enrich uranium, and in return, they go after the Houthis. We're not completely sure. Going right next door to Saudi Arabia, to the United Arab Emirates, we can see that the United Arab Emirates has issued a letter and has called for de-escalation between the United States and the Islamic Republic. So it seems like even after taking part in directly striking Iran, they're still calling for de-escalation. I'm not sure what, they're doing there, to be honest with you. But hey, they're doing it, I guess. I don't know.
It might be in response for it might be in response to a threat by the Islamic Republic. They're just trying to they're just trying to appease. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Going and taking a look at the blockade, we can see that CENTCOM is still enforcing it, and they've turned down more ships. So they have still only disabled one. They boarded another. I actually don't know what they did with that tanker, the one where you have the picture of the thumbnail here with the U.S. Marine and the flag of the Islamic Republic. I don't know what they did with that ship. No one knows as of so far. But they have declared that they redirected 5 vessels so far. So that becomes what's like 3-4 days that the blockade's back on. And the traffic of the Strait of Hormuz is pretty abysmal. Again, we can't see the ships that turn off their transponders and they're going dark, but with the transponders on, it's just a handful. It's very, very low. Moving on a little bit higher from where CENTCOM is right now at the Gulf of Oman, we can go to Chabahar. So Chabahar, being the only oceanic port of Iran, has had one of its important bridges linking it to Iran Shah and the rest of Iran, eastern Iran, struck today. It's part of the strikes earlier. It looks like this bridge between Iran Shah and Nik Shah was obliterated. Now, we've seen a lot of videos that the Islamic Republic just simply comes in with some bulldozers and trucks, paves a dirt road around the bridge, and some smaller cars and pickup trucks are able to go through, but the trucks have a hard time. It takes them, there's some significant traffic, and I mean significant miles long traffic, because imagine you're going, real fast, you hit that dirt road because the bridge is gone, and then you crawl slowly through. There's tons of traffic going on right now along the southern coast.
So with Chabahar, they're basically they blew up a tower in Chabahar. They're also cutting access to it with blowing the bridges. Keep an eye on Chabahar, guys, because if there is any ground operations, Chabahar is a good close to Chabahar would be a good option, because it's so far away from the Zagros Mountain and central Iran, and there's less military infrastructure close to Chabahar. So it would be harder for the Islamic Republic to attack American troops if they land in Chabahar, because it's basically far away from all of the main source of launchers and drone operations, and there is also no forests, no mountains to hide launchers or anything to be able to. I mean, there will be some stuff that could reach them, but it's farther away. So American soldiers would be safer relative to other places if they land over there. So one reason why they took out, if there is any ground operations, one reason why they took out the tower and now they're blowing bridges to Chabahar might be in preparation for some land operations there, or it might be a distraction tactic from something else.
Absolutely. One thing we do need to keep in mind in terms of what's about to happen is that currently over the Persian Gulf, we don't see anything. We don't see any planes. We don't see any many U.S. Air Force tankers happening. They're all transponders off, which largely signals that something is about to happen. Refueling tankers don't fly on them alone. They don't fly by themselves. They're accompanied by a host of other aircraft, including fighter jets, and if they turn their transponders off, We don't know where they are. What are they doing? Who knows?
Where's the USS Boxer right now? And where's USS
USS
Tripoli?
Boxer is, as of yet, okay, so as a couple of days ago, it was spotted somewhere in the Arabian Sea. So somewhere around here, where I have my cursor. And it was just kind of circling around, patrolling the area. So, as I said, it's probably going to be a little bit longer until it gets there. And if they do launch a land invasion of Chabahar, Bandar Abbas, all the islands, they're going to heavily bombard the area for, just standard military tactics. You bombard the area for 24, 48 hours before, heavily destroy anything that could possibly be a threat. Then the USS Boxer would go in. So we're still a little bit
Where's
off.
USS Tripoli?
The USS Tripoli is largely believed to have been relieved of duty. We haven't seen it. Let me see if I can find anything on that right now, actually. So the USS Boxer was actually meant to replace the USS Tripoli. Has it? I don't know.
If they're
Yes, it did. It did replace it, is what we have. It's no longer in CENTCOM. And that news came out of yesterday. Okay.
So, guys, the USS Boxer and USS Tripoli are the amphibious strike groups that you need to land the Marines on on the shores if you're basically trying to do any ground assault.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk what the U.S. is going to do. I'm fairly certain that what we're going to see from the U.S. is an extensive air campaign over the entirety of Iran. So we're going to count in Tehran. We're going to count in other major cities, and I think they're going to go after. Yeah, I think they're going to go after pretty much all of the targets that the Pentagon has offered President Trump. So this includes the police stations, the intelligence units, which is a great thing. That objective aligns with the Iranian people to have the police stations and those little bases with like armories and etc. being destroyed. That's very much in favor of the Iranian people. And I largely think they will strike these because the biggest pressure on the Islamic Republic of Iran is the internal uprising. Striking the ways and the means of repression on the Iranian people puts significant pressure on the Islamic Republic, coupled with the fact that the blockade is in effect. The roads and bridges linking to the major ports are now cut off. Traffic is halted down to a crawl. They haven't gotten their released funds from Qatar or the investments from the United States and other companies. They're running out of time significantly, and the response has been to kill American soldiers, to strike infrastructure, to refuse to deal and strike ships, to order the Houthis to close the Bab el-Mandeb. And most importantly, something happened in Pickaxe Mountain last week, which clearly spooked the United States of America, bringing Pickaxe Mountain, the fourth nuclear facility, back as a topic of conversation. I believe that's because something's happening down there. They're believing, oh man, we missed some centrifuges, we missed some uranium down there. We can't reach it though, can we, Armin? We can't reach Pickaxe Mountain. It's buried under granite. It's a mountain.
You can't reach it with tactical nukes, but most people say that that's not on the table.
Yeah, that would be extreme risk and geopolitical escalation, to put it mildly. Yeah. I think they're probably just going to close the tunnel entrances like they have to most of the other missile sites and nuclear facilities. But here's my question to you, Armin. So what if we get Pickaxe Mountain? Will the Islamic Republic ever give up on building a nuclear weapon or a biological virus or a dirty bomb or chemical weapons? Will they give up?
They will double down because you take in away all their other deterrence capability, and those will be hard to rebuild. So they're gonna basically they're gonna be after a nuclear weapon even more aggressively than before. The only solution is regime change.
Absolutely. Armin,
So,
do you see
yeah, guys,
anything?
even if you, even like what Ali is saying, guys, is that even if you're successful in destroying everything that the Islamic Republic has, including their enrichment of uranium, if they stand, they will go back to enriching uranium and being a threat for the safety of the entire world. The Islamic Republic will get a nuclear weapon unless there is regime change. There is absolutely no way to stop the Islamic Republic from getting a nuclear weapon other than regime change.
Absolutely. How weak is the Islamic Republic now compared to 7 months ago, in your opinion?
Extremely, because look at the number of missiles that are coming out. They can't even. Ali, how many times have they been striking Israel in the past few months? Zero.
Big fat zero.
Yes. So it's, I mean, it's devastating. They have lost their legitimacy to most of their supporters. The only two countries that they could respond to in a significant way is Bahrain and Kuwait, maybe Jordan as well. Can't do much against United States and Israel, but not only that, they can't even do much against Saudi Arabia and the UAE either. They could do. They keep the only thing they, yeah, also Kurdistan region of Iraq. They hit there as well. Only going after places where there's very little consequences. The missiles are so much less in volume. The level of attacks that they could do. All they got is their speedboats to go harass ships. The last remaining ballistic missiles. One reason why their ballistic missiles sometimes has an effect is because they're using the cluster bombs, which again, it's interesting that the whole world is not. This is something that Israel has never done. But if Israel did 1/1,000,000th of what they had done, the whole world would be like right now screaming about it. But the Islamic Republic is using cluster bombs left and right, which is, a violation of everything, all international standards. You don't see much of an outrage about it. But yeah, it's pathetic. They're pathetically weak right now. They're so pathetically weak. And this is why you need to finish them. Because the Islamic Republic has never been this weak militarily, economically, and also when it comes to their legitimacy inside Iran. They have never been this weak. If you don't finish the job, they can recover to some extent with their oil and gas money. Why is it that when your enemy is so close to the edge of the cliff, why would you go back? Push them off. Finish the job.
We gotta go full dictator movie on them. Just
Yes.
finish them off.
Yes.
Get them out. That's the appeal to the world. So if you're not an Iranian, that's your appeal, and those are your logic and reasoning for why the Islamic Republic needs to go. But if you are an Iranian, the Islamic Republic is still executing Iranians who took part in the January 8th and 9th protests and uprising, where we almost won. The Islamic Republic has to stop the Iranian people every single time, and the Iranian people have to win a single time. Just today, they transferred another 16, they call it political prisoners or Mossad agents, whatever the Islamic Republic wants to call them, another 16 prisoners to solitary confinement in the prison in Esfahan to execute them soon. They're never going to stop. And they do this exactly they expedite these processes in these courts, the kangaroo courts. There's no actual evidence, there's nothing, to send a signal to the Iranian people that if you come out, we will kill you. But it will be a completely different story this time. And before we give you that and some of the updates, we want to take a second and tell you guys that we have a discussion group on school.com. We do it every single day, and it's free to join. And you can come and ask us your questions. So we're both Iranian. We're both very well versed in the internal politics of the Islamic Republic. We're really versed in what the geopolitical events of the Middle East and how that affects Iran and how it could free itself and what afterwards looks like. So you should come and ask us your questions, and more importantly, give us your thoughts. Sometimes we miss things, and that's all on school.
Yeah, so guys, the link to that discussion group is School with a K. Okay, the app. The link to that discussion group is in the chat. Is in the QR code in the top left. It's also in the description. So, Ali, you have a group call once every 3 days. I have a group
Correct.
call every day. There's another Israeli guy named Guy who he also has some group calls there all the time, and we're expanding our group calls. We're going to keep adding them, but Ali and I have group calls there all the time, so come talk to us and ask us questions. The link is in the chat and the QR code.
Yeah, we'll see you guys there. So as we await the bulk of the United States' response, which usually should happen right around now, what we're instead seeing is that the U.S. Embassy and consulate in Iraq is being targeted by IRGC missiles as we speak. So there's 10 explosions so far near the American consulate in Erbil, northern Iraq, where largely the Kurds are also very active, and Erbil has been bombarded constantly. The Patriot missiles are currently intercepting these missiles bound for the consulate or embassy, but violent explosions are ringing around the city. Now we have pretty much every major channel of news around the world reporting that Trump said open the gates of hell on the Islamic Republic.
Where?
So we're still waiting for that. Sorry?
Where did you hear that?
So the White House correspondents are reporting that they heard him speak that in an MBS, some American news channels. Channel 14 of Israel is actually coming out and saying he did not say that. Let's take a look at Truth Social and see if there's anything here. There's nothing new on Truth Social. So the last post Donald Trump made was 19 hours ago. Whenever he doesn't post, he's doing something pretty important. Yes, okay. So apparently, again, White House correspondents are saying this. So President Trump called the deaths of the 2 U.S. service members in Jordan very sad. He said, "We hate to see it happen. It's in service to our country," and reiterated that Iran cannot and should not have a nuclear weapon. Okay. Usually, United States strikes begin about an hour ago. Right now, it's 1:30 a.m. Iran time. And we are eagerly waiting to see what kind of response this will be. I would be very shocked to see if there's no response. Do you think that's a possibility? For nothing to happen tonight?
If they are preparing for something bigger, because sometimes when we don't see something as at the time that we want, then it might be because they're preparing for something bigger. But we do need to say something soon, if not within the next few hours. Then I hope the explanation for that is that they're doing something more significant within the next 48 hours at least.
Yes. The former, this is the Deputy Chief of Staff of the White House, Dan Scavino, posted this. Posted the the B-2 Spirit bomber, along with some, I believe, those F-22s or F-35s. Posted this. That's largely having people believe that the last time Dan Scavino, the Deputy Chief of Staff of the White House, posted this, that was actually about 24 hours before February 28th, where the war started. He's posted this again, making some people believe that something significant is on its way right now. Again, I'm getting a little suspicious here. I mean, I'm really expecting to see at least the regular bombardment of the Islamic Republic of Iran's southern coast, and we're not seeing that as of yet. So with that, let's go into the internal workings of the Islamic Republic and show you guys what the Islamic Republic supporters are saying, as well as what the state media is saying. So the state media, Armin, they actually started talking about the invasion of the southern coast on TV, which was quite interesting. Let's take a look at what they said. Guys, this will be in Farsi. We'll translate it for you guys. It's not a long clip. Let's go back here. Here we go.
مثلا فردا یه جایی رو اینا بتونن بزنن، خیلی فرض سختیه ها، خیلی فرض سختیه، یه جایی رو بدون دردسر بگیرن. بعد تازه ما گفتیم گرفتنش یه امر، تثبیت کردنش امر دیگریه. همه اینا بازم دنیا به آخر نمیرسه. کما اینکه حالا همین حرفا رو میزنم، خیلی فکر می‌کنم دیشب شب پرفشار و سختی رو گذروندیم، پاسخ‌های خیلی خوبی دادیم.
Armin, would you like to tell us why he said that it's not the end of the world?
Guys, these people went from, before they used to say, we will punish the Americans, we will destroy, we will spill the blood of Trump, we will flatten Tel Aviv and Haifa, we will sink the Abraham Lincoln. That's what they used to say. Here now he's saying, if the Americans come and invade and take some of our islands, it's not going to be the end of the world. Like, it's not that big of a deal if the Americans. So we went from hey there, we will destroy the Americans, to hey there, if they take over our islands, it's not that big of a deal. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter. Wow. Okay.
Guys, the Islamic Republic, they made a website where they allowed citizens to come and sign up to sacrifice their life for the Islamic Republic and jihad. And I think maybe 3 million people signed up. Okay, all of the regime supporters and people who thought oh my God, we're going to lose our country signed up. The Islamic Republic came out and said there's 30 million. 30 million is like a third of the country. I mean, one out of every 3 people in the country came and said,
31 million.
What website can even handle that traffic? They completely lied about it, but it's biting them in the butt. Because now everyone's like, oh yeah, you guys want to go fight in the South, right? Fight the Americans? Send your 30 million, life-sacrificing jihadis down there. Do it. Where are they? Why aren't they going?
Yeah, so Omid was saying in the chat, which has a good point. I think this is crazy. They're preparing the minds of the pro-regime people. They think that the Islamic Republic genuinely thinks that they're about to lose some islands. Like, the Americans are coming and they're going to take some islands. I'm not saying it's going to happen or not, but they think that they are going to lose some islands, and they're basically trying to prepare the minds of the pro-regime people to be like, it's gonna, they're just basically it's like, it's okay. Father said it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's crazy. It's crazy that they went from trying to destroy United States to be willing to be like, islands, who cares? Take it. This is how weak they are. They can't even defend, guys. And also, they try to for decades they try to make us Iranian people worry that if there's ever an attack, if the Islamic Republic falls, we're going to lose some of our lands. But now look at the way that they're so easily, they don't care about our land. They don't care about our borders. Who cares? It's not the end of the world if they take some of our islands. But Ali, talking about the registration of 31 million Iranians, 31 million, sure, maybe if you count the jinns, but 31 million Iranians registered to give up their lives to defend the Islamic Republic. Sure. Let's actually accept that number. I want to share something with you, right? Yeah. So these are people who are basically trying to demonstrate something. Okay, they go in. This is inside Iran. They go with their camera and they interview people. And I want to show you 2 of their videos, right? So they go to people. And then say, Like, are you ready to go to for the sake of your country to go fight the Americans? Are you would you go to war to fight the Americans for the sake of your country?
دفاع کنی
آره
100%
Like, yes.
آروم آره
آره
Like 100%. You're like, yes, 100%.
100%
100%.
خب بی زحمت اسم تو میگی به ما بی زحمت عمو جان
Like, can you tell me your
چون
name?
ما فردا اعزام داریم
اسم
و
عین الله رو جواب 100% میرم من مملکت ما دفاع میکنم
درود.
زدم من
Like, I will go. I will want to defend my country.
مملکت ما جان میدم
درود بر شرف
Like, I will give my life for my country.
جان می
Like, wow, bravo. You will give up your
درود بر
life.
اسلام درود بر اسلام یا
Like, salutations, salutations to Islam, to the Islamic Republic.
خب
مملکت ما جان میدم درود بر شهیدان
خب
Durud to Islam, durud to our martyrs.
همه درود بر
Ew.
درود بر
همه درود
Like, durud to all of them.
خودم نه از جان میدم برای مملکت خودم
I will go give up my life for the country.
دفاع میکنم
همه درود
همه درود
بیای بریم که ما اصلا انگوش و اینا تو ازت بگیریم اولیه‌شو انجام
I'm like, okay, let's go now. Let's go take your fingerprints now. Okay. So it's like, okay, we're gonna go now.
میرم الان جا دیگه کار دارم
نه عمو جان الان
I'm like, I am busy right now. I can't come. I'm like, no, uncle, come on. You just said you will give up your life.
گفتی میام عمو جان خودت الان گفتی
بله
خودت الان گفتی میام
Like, you're like, what? You're like, you just told us that you're gonna go.
It's
You're gonna
real
give up
for
your
him
life.
now.
Yeah, it's now real. It's turning real. Like, you just said, let's go.
بر آب و خاکت میجنگی
آره گفتم
خودت گفتی
Yes, you said yes. I did. I said that.
جان میدم
آره.
خب الان بریم ان شاء الله دیگه
Okay, let's go now. Let's go.
کاربار تو انجام بدیم
من الان کار دارم من
Like, I'm busy right now.
کار چی
خیلی
داری
واجبه والله
عمو جان بیا بریم
Like, I have I have a very important work right
نه
now.
بابا کار دارم میام
عمو جان خب ما منتظر
And like, no, I can't right now. I have work.
ون اونجا اومده است که
And like, look at that van. We have a van over there. We're getting ready to
شما رو
go.
انتقال بدیم
نه
ان شاء الله کارت انجام بدیم
مملکت ما جان میدم راست میگم من کار دارم من
خب
باید
جان
And like, it's like, you're like, I'm being honest. I would give up my life for my country, but I'm busy right now.
میگی الان جان بده خب الان بیا بریم کارت
I'm like, come, give up your life. Let's go.
انجام بده
الان نمیرسم
عمو جان دست بده
I'm like, I can't
من
right
نمی‌دونم.
now.
مملکت
آقا،
ما
همه-
الان باید بریم نماز بخونیم نماز
And like, oh, I have to go pray right now. I'm late for prayer.
نخوندم
نماز قبول نی اگر نیای بجنگی الان عمو جان
نه
And like, your prayers would not be accepted if you don't come fight for your country.
ما
نماز قبول
خودم
نموام.
اصلا میرم خودم از
حالا جنگ
سرم
بیاریم
میرسه
الان
میرم.
بیاریم
الان
Come
شرمنده
بیا.
کار دارم والله
عمو
نمیرسم
بیا ریم عمو جان عمو جان بیا ریم
I'm ready to sacrifice my life for you. Okay, do it. Oh,
I'm busy right
I-
now.
I've stuff to do. I have to walk my fish and yeah, feed my table. I can't today, but you know,
I have more
No.
videos like this, but I'm not gonna like. Basically, they're the same thing. Like, they keep going
You know-
around and they keep asking people, like, yes, I will defend my country. And then they bring this guy, like, okay, we're registering right now. What's your name? We're going tomorrow. And then they say, like, sorry, like, no, what? Like, I can't. No.
I can't do it.
Oh no! I thought this was just for marketing. What the hell? I didn't know it was so serious.
I've seen a lot of videos like that actually, where they go up to them and they
Yeah.
ask them just to make them very like embarrassed. But this is great, right? Because you're shown that the Islamic Republic supporters are all talk. Always.
And the good thing is that these videos are also made by Islamic Republic supporters to call out people. Like, it's not even our people. Okay, these are their people to be like, look, we need to fix this. These people are not fighters. So this is not
Yeah.
even anti-Islamic Republic people who are making these videos.
So as of 5 hours ago, we had the South Pars economic zone in Iran. So this pretty much this giant area was placed on high alert. All of the military forces of the Islamic Republic, high alert, and all of the companies were told to tell their employees to work from home if possible and to not go out and about. So they're definitely expecting some sort of response here. That was 5 hours ago. So that was after they struck and killed Americans. And if you guys want to see some of the ballistic missile trails in the sky, that's what they look like. Let me make them a little bit bigger. So if you ever look up in the Middle East and you happen to see something, you know, that resembles jet streams, yeah, maybe look a little bit closer and just make sure we can see the lovely little gas fire going off there as well. Now, if we take a look at the roads that I was talking about, so they actually do just pave this sort of road, but look at how slow the trucks and such are moving. So this is right around the bridge. This is a riverbed, a dried out riverbed. The bridge just is right here. I don't know if he's going to show it, but it's completely destroyed. Yeah, it's right there. So this is halting traffic and causing a lot of impedance for cargo and gas deliveries and all of that, which was already at a critical level. And we can also see some of the cars. Don't laugh. This isn't nice, guys. But why is that car dented on its top? It must be the only one, right? Oh wait, no. There's more. What happened? Well, it turns out they're coming from over there. They're coming from Boucher, which has been heavily bombarded, and a lot of the cars. So, guys, keep in mind. You see these cars? You see the tops of them? They're dented. Let me go back. The top of these cars are dented because the Islamic Republic's car industry, they produce their cars in-house, a lot of them, and they're garbage quality. They are garbage quality. They cause so many deaths every year from their poor quality. They're not safe to drive. They break down all the time, and they're expensive too. I think Armin knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're coffins with wheels, and they have killed so much more people. So many Iranians die, hundreds of thousands every year in car accidents because of bad quality cars, and the number of deaths from this is more than any war, honestly, any war, and it gets talked about less. But this is also another way the Islamic Republic kills the Iranian people. The Iranian people joke about this. They say the Islamic Republic, instead of dropping missiles on Israel, if they want to get more casualties in Israel, they should just import their cars to Israel. They would get so astronomically more Israeli deaths if they just send them cars instead of missiles.
Absolutely. Guys, we have some breaking news, actually, before we go back to what we were showing you. CENTCOM has posted, and they said that today at 6 p.m. Eastern, so that's 20 minutes ago, United States began launching new airstrikes against Iran at the commander-in-chief's direction. So President Donald Trump ordered these, as he has every night for the past week. What that looks like isn't him giving directions every single time. It's just that they had a meeting last week. They had a Situation Room meeting in the White House. And Donald Trump was like, hey, if they do this, you do this. If they do that, you do that.
Before you say that, CENTCOM had just put an update. Neil Benny sent it to me. Do you want to check that? This is seems to be urgent. CENTCOM.
CENTCOM? Oh. Yeah, isn't it this?
Oh, sorry. You had it on your screen. I was looking at Neil Benny. Sorry.
Oh, no
okay,
worries.
sorry. I was looking at Neil Benny's telegram. Sorry. Go on.
No worries. So the strikes are designed to further degrade Iran's capability to threaten commercial shipping. So it looks like they're going to be focusing on the southern coast around the Strait of Hormuz again, targeting the radars, anti-missiles, things like that. But they're saying that they want to also swiftly punish the IRGC who launched attacks against American service members in Jordan. They never say that. That's actually the first time they're specifically saying to punish the IRGC.
Okay, so something is coming right now then, right?
So something 20 minutes ago started. I actually haven't heard I don't see anything going on at all. This is, okay, there's two options, right? They said we launched it 20 minutes ago, as in, what, are B2s on the way? Are there troops on the way? Is something significant happening? And the IRGC can't do anything about it, so you've announced it, which is not very smart in my opinion. Or have they been doing something else behind the scenes that we can't actually see with our naked eye? That's the question here. You started 20 minutes ago. I haven't seen any explosions. No one's reporting nothing.
Is CENTCOM announcing bombs before they even hit the ground?
They said new airstrikes. So, I mean, they're going to be explosions. But I haven't seen anything. Now, we do have to keep in mind one important thing. all across the southern coast of Iran, especially in the Hormuzgan province, so the Strait of Hormuz, that area, they struck 116 radio communication towers. Struck and disabled. That's largely led to a lot of cellular and internet outages in that area. So maybe the strikes are ongoing, but none of the citizens of the area are able to report it, which is usually how we actually get our news. We get our news directly from Iranians in Iran.
They need to kill some IRGC leaders in Tehran for this. At least.
Absolutely.
At least.
Absolutely. Bahar. I'm trying to check where this location is before I show you guys.
I don't understand why there has been strikes. We should have been hearing some reports from Shin or Vahid online. Let me check Vahid online. If there's already been strikes that CENTCOM is announcing, why are we not hearing anything?
I'm not hearing anything. The last that they reported was, yeah, indeed, CENTCOM is saying that they will punish the IRGC, but as to Shin, if you check Shin's latest post, he's just reposting CENTCOM. There's nothing of substance here yet, which is quite interesting. What do you guys think? CENTCOM announced airstrikes, announced punishing the IRGC, but we've heard nothing. That's actually never happened before. Maybe while we wait, we can get caught up on the super chats here. Guys, stay in tune. I think any second now we should see something pretty significant. This has not happened. We've been reporting these explosions for a long time. We have not seen this happen before. So we have our first super chat from Nail Bunny saying a moral question. If the regime supporters are in the streets celebrating, do you boom them? Do you take them out? Okay,
the Americans and the Israelis would never do that unless there is somebody there that is a high value target. But this is the Americans and Israelis never ever target civilians. If there is somebody within the crowd that is a high value target, they will try to take the person out while bringing the collateral damage to a minimum. That's how the Americans and Israelis operate.
Yep. Agreed. And thank you, Nail Bunny.
We support Americans, and we support United States and Israelis for their values. That's why we support them. Because
absolutely.
They have superior values. Yeah.
Superior values to Shia Islam, 100%. Ida is saying, thank you for the super chat, by the way, saying hugs of strength to you all. Let's hope for the best. My condolences to the families and friends of the soldiers. May their memory be a blessing, and thank them for their service. Yes, absolutely. Thank all United States service members and veterans for their service, for keeping us safe. Very much appreciate them. Thank you very much, Ida. And Nail Bunny, who gifted 5 Liberty Politics memberships. Thank you so much, Nail Bunny.
Thank you,
and guys.
Nail Bunny.
Make sure you subscribe to both our channels, Ali Samani and Liberty Politics.
And we soon, are covering these at some point, Nail Bunny. I'm trying to get Nail Bunny on board. At some point.
Yes, we cover these we're here every single day. We cover everything Iran related. So if you want your Iran experts, you come here and you get your news and what it means so you can figure out what's going to happen next with Iran. Getting some preliminary reports here, not confirmed, that Sirik in the Strait of Hormuz is under attack at the moment. So I'm going to wait on confirmation for that. And thank you, Neil Bunny. And Fleshy Interloper saying condolences for the lost lives. Yes.
Condolences.
Absolutely. May they rest in peace. Thank you, Fleshy Interloper. And Julie became a YouTube member. Welcome on board. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Julie.
And Saber Coaching saying, remember the trucks leaving Fordo, which is one of the nuclear sites in Iran, before MNH, Midnight Hammer? they were likely taking material to Pickaxe Mountain, and that's why Trump needed the IAEA to inspect it in person. I think you're pretty close to the truth there. When I saw those trucks leaving, I was kind of wondering why they were allowed to leave. But it made sense at the time. I mean, what could we do about it at the time? But they left it again. During the 40-day war, there were another convoy of trucks coming out for some nuclear enrichment facilities, and we don't know what they were carrying. So Pickaxe Mountain is definitely holding something of value.
So the IAEA agents are right now not inside Iran, and they don't have access. So they don't have access to any of the facilities. And last time, the head of the IAEA, the Grossi guy, his name is something Grossi, he was. Some Islamic Republic officials have said that next time he goes back to Iran, he needs to be arrested and executed. So that's the situation that we're dealing with. Also, one thing that we need to keep pushing for, if we ever get to, if the Islamic Republic is surrendering, is that we don't want IAEA underground, just IAEA. We want Americans underground there. We don't want some non-American IAEA inspectors. We want American inspectors. But go on, Ali, you have a breaking news?
Yes, we do have breaking news before we go back to the super chats. So we have confirmation that Sirik is indeed being airstriked at the moment. We'll show you guys what that looks like on the map. We go straight into the Strait of Hormuz. Sirik, which is located right here. I can't show you guys the elevation here, but you can see that's actually the narrowest point of the Strait of Hormuz here. And Sirik on the right is sitting on an elevated sort of like foothill position where they can fire down missiles onto these ships. And that has been largely a subject of strikes for a long time. So we're getting confirmation of strikes there. And another report that are from Erbil in northern Iraq, the United States Embassy is still being targeted, and nonstop interceptions and explosions are ringing out for the past hour there. Some injuries are reported for the civilians. Looks like some debris is falling on the city as well. So it looks like an active war zone in Iraq yet again. Okay, looks like we're starting off with our usual menu for tonight, which is the Strait of Hormuz, Bandar Abbas, Gheshmail, and Sirik. Let's see if those strikes expand. They should be. I'm still suspicious here. I mean, those strikes launched 30 minutes ago, and we've seen one attack on one location since.
I want Tehran targets tonight.
Yeah,
IRGC.
I want all the commanders gone. Armin, who would you want to be eliminated the most in the Islamic Republic? Who do you think is the most strategically valuable elimination?
Ghalibaf would be taking out Ghalibaf will cause the end of the negotiations.
Yes, absolutely. And throw the Islamic Republic back into internal chaos more than anything else. I wish. I just think that he's perhaps getting a little bit of protection, perhaps, since he's the only one willing to negotiate with the power to negotiate. But even that's under question recently. You know, I mean, they struck all these ships in the Strait of Hormuz, so how much can he really control the Islamic Republic? Our next super chat is from Rafi.
I know a lot of you. Yes. A lot of you are saying Ejei Radan. To me, if you end the negotiations, everyone else would die.
Oh yeah, oh so, yeah.
I'm looking more of it. I'm not selecting. I feel like if I had to choose, like 5, or I wouldn't go with Vahidi, Abdullahi. I wouldn't go with any IRGC person. I wouldn't even go with the Supreme Leader if he's alive. Okay, I would go with the people who are stopping the fall of the collapse of the Islamic Republic. Because if you eliminate the people that I will tell you, then you're eliminating everyone else, right? Ghalibaf, Araghchi, Javad Zarif, Rouhani, Khatami. These are the 5. If you take
Why
out these
Rouhani and
5,
Khatami?
oh, they are the ones with the know-how on how to, like, the candidates for negotiations and dealing with
okay.
the Americans, appeasing the West. Pezeshkian for good measure, just in case they want to turn them something.
Hey, you
Right,
you
so-
personally hate him.
Yes. So I'm saying when Lior is saying why don't Vahidi? Because if you take out these 6, you have already taken out Vahidi as well. You've taken out everybody. Basically, you will take out the ones who can do a facelift of the Islamic Republic, who could be the negotiation facing track of the Islamic Republic, the pressure release valve of the Islamic Republic. You take these 6 people out, everybody else will fall.
That is a very smart target list there. I hope the Pentagon's listening.
No, the Pentagon would not be interested in that. The Israel would be interested in that. I mean,
I hope Israel's listening.
Pentagon is serving the White House. The White House always wants to keep a door, like a little bit of the upper, the door open, right? For potential, even negotiations, right? This will completely shut that door.
Yeah, that's very good. That guys, again, our objectives are aligned with the Iranian people on how to overthrow the Islamic Republic. Those are our objectives, so those are our perspectives as well. Which, I mean, hey, they largely achieve the U.S. objectives too. So, it's a win-win for everyone.
So Texas is saying somebody needs to remain for the formal surrender. Sure, okay. Leave Pezeshkian for the formal surrender. Okay, just go with the because if you need somebody, you need to have somebody that is completely useless, but has some authority, some symbolic authority, and I think Pezeshkian would be good for the surrender. He has no influence and he has symbolic authority. So just go with the 5 that I told you. Leave Pezeshkian for signing the surrender.
So we have a quick update in terms of why we're not hearing things. Turns out that Shin is reporting, and I saw this in other places too, but Shin is reporting that there is a cellular and internet outage in southern Iran as a whole at the moment. Remember, we talked about the 116 radio towers being hit over the last 48 hours. This is a direct result of the infrastructure being exploded. Shin has also reported jet activity over Quiche Island. So it looks like Quiche is going to get hit pretty heavily. Usually when we hear jet activity, we might think that the Islamic Republic Air Force is actually scrambling their jets, but they never come down south. They know what they're going to get. They're going to get a couple of missiles from their blind spot if they arrive in the southern Iran. So they actually hang around north and central Iran. Jet activity over Quiche Island, I mean, that's definitely United States Air Force. And I'm surprised that we did get that information out, given that there's an internet blackout. So maybe some Starlinks going on over there. Which, by the way, Elon Musk actually signed a deal with the Prime Minister of Iraq to allow Starlink in Iraq.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the 6th troop is saying, but would regime supporters find his surrender believable? The only surrender they will find believable is going to be from Mojtaba Khamenei if he's alive. So there's nobody else that they will find believable. That would accept. Nobody else's surrender they would accept. The only surrender they would that would basically crush them, and will be Mojtaba. So, yeah.
Agreed. And let's read a couple more before we get back into this. So Rafi is saying, when is His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi going to give the green light? When the Iranian people come out, when he believes that there's enough weapons in the hands of the Iranian people, when he believes that his defections are going to have an impact, and when there's enough defections in the Islamic Republic as a whole. So those are the 4 conditions for him to give the green light. He also needs to see that the US and Israel have created a degradation of these IRGC's suppression capabilities. So strike the police stations, armored vehicles, armories, checkpoints. That's preferred, but not a requirement. But those other 4 things, those are requirements. People have to come out. They need to be armed. There needs to be defections. Then Prince Respadavi gives the order. In that order, by the way. Come out, armed, defections. Good question, Rafi. A Novel Odyssey is saying, how close do you think we are to regime change? I'm worried about the Iranian people. The longer it takes, the more they're suffering. That's exactly what hurts me every day. So if you zoom out, look at the last 47 years of the Islamic Republic being there, I would say we're 98% of the way there. How much is the 2% going to take? Could take months, could take years, but we're 98% there.
I would say that nobody can guess the time. And I was right, by the way, from the very beginning. I was resisting to give it time, and I was called too skeptic. My skepticism was taken for pessimism, and I should have just kept on doing that. For some guys, I've been doing this for so many years, and every time people say the Islamic Republic is going to fall in 2 weeks, in 1 month, I come out and say, don't give it time. You don't know that. You don't know that. And they're like, Armin, you're being too pessimistic. I did this. I don't know how this translates into Gregorian calendar, but I saw Navadashish. That's 9 years ago. I did this So yeah, actually, I've been doing this for more than 10 years now. So 9 years ago, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, every time there was a major uprising on my Iranian show, people were like, oh, the Islamic Republic is going to fall in the next 2 weeks, 1 month. And I said, guys, the Islamic Republic will fall, but we don't know if it's going to be that soon. Don't give a time like that. You don't know, because then if it doesn't happen in the time you gave, you're going to demotivate the uprisings. People are going to get demotivated. And people always call me like, Armin, you're being pessimistic. Why are you taking our hope away? I'm like, I'm not. You are taking the hope away, because if it doesn't happen the way you said it is, then that's going to demotivate people for the next uprising. And with Operation Epic Fury, in the shows, I always like, there was always people who were like, okay, yeah, I'm sure, guarantee it. I don't know, we're going to be this day in Tehran. And I always like try to get some of my skepticism in. And many people in the audience told me that, oh, your pessimism, Armin, why are you being pessimistic? This is not good. You need to raise the hope. And this is now you know why. Now you know why. I was right to be skeptical, because what we do know is that the Islamic Republic will fall. We don't know when, so we need to be prepared for the Islamic Republic falling tomorrow by 5 p.m. and 20 years from now. You need to be in this fight, and you need to mentally be prepared for both of it, for both of that. And this is the only way that we could survive this. The Islamic Republic is this poisonous tree, and what we're doing is we have picked up an axe, and we're all hitting it from different directions. People keep coming and asking us, when would this tree fall? Some people give their estimates. I don't give my estimate. What I say is like, just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. People are like, is it going to fall tomorrow? Is it going to fall next month? I'm like, I don't know. What I do know is that if we keep swinging, it will eventually fall. Just keep swinging that axe. It will eventually fall. That's what we know. When, how, I don't know. Just keep swinging that axe.
I agree with that. As long as you keep swinging, it will fall. All right, we do have some updates. I'm gonna give it 1 more minute to see if there's anything additional. But yeah, a Novel Odyssey, we're pretty close. Let's read 1 more super chat, and we'll give you guys some updates on the explosions. There's a bit more. And Hezi said they never had Samani. Samani is ours. Thank you. I don't know what to say, Hezi. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hezi. Appreciate that. Just one more. Again, thanks, Hezi. And Firejack with the super chat, thank you, saying the music played by Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino is very important. The famous Nessun Dorma translates to none shall sleep. And the very likable end is at dawn, I will end. I will win. I will win. So Firejack is suggesting that based off of that B2 video that we showed you guys and the music in it, the United States is not going to let the IRGC sleep from now on. I did mention earlier that we could look at a 24-hour bombing campaign. We'll see if that's going to be happening, because right now, Firejack, right now, I will give you guys, let me just make sure that I got all the locations. So we got Bandar Lenge, Sirik, Yaruk, and that's okay. So that's where we're hearing some unconfirmed explosions from Afwas and other. Okay. So let's put a pin on Sirik so you guys can see. This will be the Sirik explosion for tonight. Then we'll have some over here. And Bandar Lenge. Yeah, I don't know if there's explosions yet, but let's put jet activity for sure. I mean, the U.S. is here. The U.S. jets are there for sure. Bandar Lenge, let's put that as well.
By the way, guys, once Iran is liberated, we need to go to Quiche Island. It's so beautiful. Quiche Island is so beautiful.
It really is.
This, yeah. To go do a Google image search of Quiche Island, Iran. It's so gorgeous.
You know, I actually want to show you guys what they might be hit. So I actually haven't taken a look at Bandar Lenge yet, but if we do take a look, we can see a lot of these small boats, and these are probably not there at the moment and probably haven't been there for a while. But what's most important is if you guys zoom in on the maps, what you want to look for is to see if the Islamic Republic parks these boats on land. They don't actually leave them in the water because they like to retreat them back into their underground tunnels and bunkers. Let's see if I can find an example. If we go to Bushehr, which is the second fleet base of the Islamic Republic, we might be able to find some. I think I took a look earlier, but they have some different ones. So if you see these boats on land, maybe not these ones in particular, but every time you see a speedboat on land, be really skeptical of why it's on land. They usually like to move them, again, into those underground bases. So those have been largely destroyed for a while now. But let's turn our focus back into where the bombardments are right now, around here, the Strait of Hormuz. So thank you, Firejack, for the super chat. Our next one is from Steak and Beans, saying it's quite funny how the United Kingdom and the European Union learn this kind of Durka big talk, and then when they are called to action, they're found to be too busy at the moment. Maybe when the war is over. It's quite funny how the UK and EU learn this kind of Durka big talk.
Yeah, basically that's just honey. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, that, and then they won't show up. They act like, I mean, the French sent something and then they ran away. Ali showed us that.
True.
Yes,
True.
the French censorship, and they didn't even. What did they send it to Bab el-Mandeb? But right, was it Bab el-Mandeb? Where did they send it?
Yeah, they sent two. I think it was like destroyers, or even maybe it was their carrier. I don't know, but yeah, it showed up, and then it did nothing. And after a week, it left. I don't know what the point of that was, but okay.
Thank you.
Maybe Brad Cooper slapped Macron in the face. Maybe that's why he's wearing his glasses and told him to get lost. You can really never know these days. We have more explosions coming out. So this would be in Khuzestan province. So it looks like the response is under its way now. Let's put a pin here as well. So this is in Khuzestan province, the southwest of Iran, which is right there. So these are one of the surrounding towns and nodes for one of the ports. So Bandar Mahshar here is one of the ports of Iran, where tankers can actually go in there. And yeah, Looks like one of the supporting towns. That's been bombarded for the past couple of weeks, actually. So looks like more strikes there. Let's check to see if anything's new. Yeah, I'm only going for the verified information that we know. There's a lot of noise out there. All right. Our next super chat is from Joanne saying, we've all been learning a bit of your language here. Can we have a word of the day segment? We could learn more. Ooh. Yeah, let's bring back the word of the day.
خوشگل.
Yeah.
Or what do you want?
Can you? Yeah, that's good. Can you explain to them what khosh and gel means?
Oh no, wait. How about we just start with ishq? Let's start with ishq.
It's kind of hard for people to pronounce the q.
Okay.
You could say ishq, ishq, like just say g at the end. Just say ishq.
No.
If you can't pronounce q, say g.
Sam is saying Gundaguzi. Okay, fine. Gundaguzi. Let's go with Gundaguzi. Is that funny? Should we go there? Because
that's too hard, no?
But it's relevant to the news. Actually, yes, let's do the word of the day that is relevant to the news.
Okay.
Yeah. So ishq is love, but I think maybe people would want to have more fun. I was thinking of wholesome things. But Gundaguzi means big farts. But what it actually is literally means that. But what it actually means is when people are like big barks and no bite, like when the Islamic Republic comes and says, we'll do this, we'll do that, but then they do nothing. Basically empty words, empty threats. Where in Persian that's called Gundaguzi, which means big farts, like farting very big. Like it's basically just farts. Right?
Yeah.
It's basically exactly nothing but big farts.
What you just
it's
said.
very loud, but it's nothing but giant farts.
All bark, no bite.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All bark, no bite. So let me write it down. Gundaguzi.
And then khoshgel means pretty, beautiful. That's what it means. And they usually call it to girls. So if now you know.
So people are saying, so basically like the IRGC, exactly. That's why we use it all the time. Every time we hear the Islamic Republic, we would destroy the Americans, Israel, we would do this. We call it Gundaguzi, which means giant farts.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we do have the explosions that I just said. So it's just all southern coast of Iran.
So Ali Khamenei was called the Gundaguzi Mantaghe. Okay, Ali Khamenei. So basically the biggest giant farter of the region. So Ali Khamenei was labeled as within this region, within North Africa and the Middle East, he's the Gundaguzi in chief, meaning that he's basically the biggest giant farter when it comes to baseless claims.
The biggest farter of North Africa and the Middle East.
The biggest giant, not just farter, the biggest big farter, giant farter.
Biggest big farter.
Yes.
I think he deserves it. I think he deserves that title.
Wait, somebody is spamming your chat. I'm gonna ban that person.
Yeah, let's ban that person. Okay, so we do have more videos, but before that, let's make sure we get through these super chats. So we'll get you guys some updates soon. But thank you, Joanne. We'll bring back the word of the day just for you. And people are asking me for help in the chat. What did I do? Oh, it's probably just the spammer that you banned, right?
Yeah, I took care of it. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
You need more mods.
True. I keep forgetting to add them. And Katana is saying, do you think America and Israel have a bigger plan to really crush this regime? Or are they just wanting to weaken it and then make a deal? Why is Israel so quiet? Armin, why is Israel so quiet?
Well, you should be afraid of Israel, especially when they're quiet the most, okay? Usually, a lot of things. Many times, something big happened right after we had a period of silence from Israel. I'm not saying it's always the case, but just know that when, like, right before Operation Epic Fury, Israel all of a sudden became very quiet right before it, and then something big happened. But again, they might not do that anymore because it's an obvious trend. So they might this time they might speak a lot. I don't know. I do think that there is more unanimous agreement in Israel that there needs to be a regime change. The Israelis, came out again many times, and all their politicians are 100% behind regime change in the Islamic Republic in Iran, right? And they,
Absolutely.
basically topple it. Like there is no, in fact, the disagreement among politicians in Israel is who has the better plan for regime change. Right? That's the disagreement. In United States, the disagreements are, should we even be there? Should we attack? Why are we there? Some people are like, oh, we should be there. We're not doing regime change. It's all about just the nuclear, and be like, oh, get out of there. So you have disagreement. Some politicians are for military operations. Some politicians are against military operations. In Israel, unanimous agreement, military operations, for the goal of toppling the regime. The disagreements on is how. Like my plan was be better. My plan is better. No, my plan is better. So that's the difference.
That's why the Iranian people love Israel.
I mean, the Iranian people also love America. The stats show that the Iranian people love America. They just dislike certain politicians, mostly the Democrats. The Iranian people don't like the Democrat politicians in the United States.
Yes, hate them. Don't like them is an understatement. Hate them.
Yes. But they love America as a country. The statistical data shows that they love America. In fact, the latest data shows that they love America more than any other country, except Iran, obviously. But right now, I think maybe Israel is competing. Israel has gotten closer and closer, and I think it might have even suppressed America.
Yes. Okay, let's give a quick update here. Thank you, Katana, for the super chat. All right. So we have a new location, which is the city of Ahvaz. I'll show you guys that on the map. This is the largest city in Khuzestan in the southwest of Iran and has been added to the explosion list of tonight. Man, so much noise. Like I'm hearing some preliminary unconfirmed reports, but crazy stuff. Like they're saying Qom has been hit. So let's wait for that confirmation, but that would be, north, or that'd be central north Iran. Not a far cry. Tehran was hit a few days ago. The surrounding missile cities over there. Desful was hit yesterday, which is pretty much in the direct middle of Iran. So we've seen that before recently. I just want to have a reminder of you guys. So in a June 4th interview, Donald Trump did say that killing U.S. troops would be a good reason to restart the war. And he mentioned that a couple of times back then. So just putting that out there. And and it seems like some of the explosions from yesterday, we'll cover that in a bit. It's not super important right now. Let's go back to the main stage. Try to get through these super chats. So, okay, Islamic Republic state media is reporting explosions in Qom, so let's wait for our truthfully reporting analyst to also get that. If that's true, though, Armin, who's in Qom? Armin, what's Qom? What is Qom?
Durka Central.
It's Durka Central. It's the most religious holy city in the Islamic Republic of Iran and Shia Islam. People, important religious figures live there. Important IRGC people are there. Ooh, interesting.
No, I think IRGC is mostly Tehran and Bandar Abbas. Qom is top mullahs.
Yeah. Ooh, is that what Mujtaba's? I don't know. Guys, I'm kidding. We only report the facts here, not a speculation. Anyway, thanks, Katana. And Steak and Beans has gifted Me 5 memberships. Thank you so much, guys. If you got the memberships in the chat, speak up. Thank you so much, Steak and Beans. Very appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. And Jagatai saying one side uses themselves as shields for children, the other uses children as human shields. Not hard to see who has higher morals. Oh man, we can go. There's a billion reasons on a list as to why the morals of the U.S. are better than the morals of the Islamic Republic. We'll be here for another 6 hours.
Yeah, but that's a good summary. But that's a good summary for sure. That's
Absolutely.
a good one-line take of the difference.
And Joanne has been a member for a month. Thank you. And says, Armin, can you say dumb mofo?
Oh, I don't know why. Yeah, Joanne is like Leo. I think that Ida also wants to say me. I don't. For some reason, people like it the way I say "dumb motherfucker." Is there a reason why people like the way I say it?
It sounds pretty catchy.
Okay. There was somebody with that username, and I kept on calling it that way, and now people want to hear it more often. Thank you, Joanne.
Okay, so guys, coming up pretty soon, we will have more confirmations on explosions. We'll also have some of the alligrams where I go into the IRGC group chats and I pull out their political discussion talking points, and I kind of give it to you guys so we can see what are the regime supporters talking about and what are the newspapers in Iran right now saying. We have some pictures of the covers for you guys. So with that, James Moore is saying we are taking them out to dinner. YouTube's the thing. You guys should watch us on YouTube. Yes. And all the Armin also streams on X, but we're here on YouTube.
This is for YouTube algorithm. Every time we say we're going to take them out, it's just for dinner.
Just to dinner.
We're going to alzoot them. When you want to alzoot somebody, you need to buy them dinner first.
Ah, yes. May they reach their wishes of martyrdom. Right? Yeah. Thanks, James. And Ariane of Persia is saying strikes on dual-use infrastructure may accelerate pressure on the regime, but still some opposition Iranians remain staunchly in disagreement. How might these divisions affect our long-term cohesion? So Ariane's bringing up the point that the infrastructure of Iran is being hit, and there's some Iranians who are like, that's our infrastructure of our country. We don't want that to be hit. And some of the Iranian people are like, that's necessary for the regime to go. You need to hit some of the infrastructure to put pressure on them. So the question is this going to create divisions in the Iranian community?
So I think this is what I do on my Persian channel with my Iranian audience, right? Whether infrastructure will be targeted or not is not up to you. It's not up to me. Okay. These are military decisions. Whatever decisions that they make is going to be based on whatever operationally is required to get the job done. Americans have their goals. They already, whenever they take out infrastructure, it's going to be the last measure anyways. We have already seen how much President Trump tries to avoid hitting infrastructure. Sometimes a lot. He obviously doesn't like that. So every time they hit infrastructure, they have already tried everything else. And this is the last measure that is absolutely might have been necessary for degrading the power of IRGC. So whatever happens is from a militarily from an operational perspective was necessary. And me and you don't get to decide it. But me and you get to decide how we react to that. And whether you think it was justified or not justified is irrelevant because you are not the decision maker. What you can make a decision on is whether we Iranian people keep our unity or not, or whether you want to turn disagreements on things that we have no influence over, turn into cause division among us. And the point of unity here that you should be focusing on with your narrative as an Iranian is that any infrastructure damage by American attacks are the fault of the Islamic Republic and the Islamic Republic alone. This was inevitable. The Islamic Republic waged war against the United States and Israel 47 years ago, and they have done everything in their power to attack America and Israel, and promising that they will one day destroy them completely. An American response and an Israeli response was inevitable, and no response at this scale will go without collateral damage and without damage to the infrastructure. Whatever you think about the necessity of these attacks, you need to keep unity with the other Iranian people in blaming the Islamic Republic for bringing war to your land. Focus on points of unity.
Very interesting. You know, if I, by the way, I completely agree with everything you said. Thank you so much, Aryan.
Thank you.
Quick little.
Good question, Aryan. Aryan always ask good questions.
He does have very good questions. Guys, so let me bring up the map again for you guys. Oh, wait, here it is. So we're actually going to go back to Ahvaz. The blasts that we heard there actually weren't explosions from bombardments. It was actually sonic booms from jets, it appears. And a few minutes later, we actually saw some anti-aircraft be activated near the city of Esfahan, which is where the nuclear facilities are usually around. And I don't know if, if these F-22s may be going hypersonic across Iran right now to maybe strike some targets or not. But some very strange events are happening tonight. Very strange events. Quite different than the past few nights. Our next super chat is from James Moore saying, on that basis, is there an immortal dinner club? You know, a select group that enjoys dining with the IRGC powerful types? Perhaps call them the IDC. I'm certain someone wants to buy Ghalibaf a meal. There's probably a special place in hell for them called the Immortal Dinner Club. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think they would be? What do you think Ghalibaf and, you know, the IRGC and the Islamic Republic, what's on the menu for dinner, Armin?
Al-Zout. Al-Zout is on the menu.
Al-Zout?
That's what I think. Yeah, in fact, there's nothing else on the menu, so I think you should just name it to the Immortal Al-Zout Club because there's nothing else on the menu.
And what's Al-Zout?
I think if you know, you know. It's okay.
I think probably kotlets, right, guys? You know, some bacon, some kotlets.
No, they are the cutlet. The cutlet is not on the menu. Okay?
True.
They are the cutlets.
Yeah, that'd be cannibalism.
Only yes.
Thanks, James Moore, for the humor. And Nila is saying Azadi is coming. XOXO. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, I'm more of an optimistic young guy. So I'm like, oh, it's going to happen sooner than later. That's just me. And I know I'm naive and I know I'm optimistic and it's okay. I'm not going to be disappointed because I'm here. I swear on the blood of my compatriots, I will stand to the end. Thank you, Nila. And Jasper says, how would the IRGC respond to a leaked video of the gay Ayatollah with his boyfriend telling everyone to surrender to the handsome Americans? Let's just theorize for a second. Let's just say Mojtaba Khamenei, the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic, who is gay, came out with a really gay video and said, surrender to the handsome Americans. Would they short circuit? Would the IRGC Durkas in their brain with it, you know,
okay,
there's steam coming out?
I'm gonna answer it seriously. I know exactly what would happen.
Okay.
They say this is a Jew who went and done surgery in Israel to look like her supreme leader to come and defame him. guarantee that this is what they will say.
Wow.
Hmm.
I actually was not expecting that response, but okay. I don't doubt it. There you go, Jasper. Now you can tell your friends. That's the legit response. And if anyone knows any, good video editors out there, maybe. Thank you, Jasper. And Saber Coaching is saying Mihan. Armin, what does Mihan mean?
Nation or country.
What about
Homeland.
Ham Mihan?
A compatriot. Fellow
Yes, there
country.
you guys go. More Farsi lessons.
Yes.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much, Saber Coaching. And Ariksan is saying, in case Mojtaba, the supreme leader, is dead, which power players in the Islamic Republic would you suspect to know that? And who might be kept in the dark? Javid Shah.
Javid Shah. Ghalibaf would know. Hossein Taib would know. Jalili would not know. Pezeshkian would not know. The people within the Beit Rahbari, the highest officials of the Beit Rahbari, the office of the supreme leadership, would know. IRGC wouldn't know. Jalil, who?
Would Jalili know? Saeed Jalili?
No, he wouldn't know.
Would Rohani Khatami know?
They wouldn't know.
There's your order of importance.
They could suspect. Okay, so if those people know, it was leaked to them, but they were not told. So any of these people that I say they wouldn't know, they might know because it was leaked to them, but it wouldn't be reported to them. Like if Jalili knows, if Rohani knows, if IRGC knows, it was leaked to them.
Yeah.
Yes, people are pointing out that who would know? Mossad would know. Yes,
that's a great question. We like that. Also, question. I'm seeing Sarah Ocean. Guys, for anyone who doesn't know, Sarah's asking, did 2 American soldiers die? Yes, Sarah. So in the Jordanian base, the Jordanian U.S. base, 2 U.S. service members are fatalities. About a dozen to 15 more or so are critically injured. They may pass from their wounds. We're not sure. They've been airlifted to Germany, Israel, various medical centers. And then another 50 or so have received minor wounds. And by minor, we mean cut by shrapnel or brain injuries from the explosion. So, yeah, I don't know if there's a little bit of a downplaying here by the United States on those, but we'll find more information there soon. I'll get caught up on the explosions in just a second. So thank you for that question, Arik-san. And Ian is saying, give Kish a chance. Armin, what do you think? Kish, guys, Kish Island in the Persian Gulf is like the Hawaii of Iran, okay? It's a beautiful island. What do you think about this? Kish has TV, radio centers and stations. It has an airport. It's got the infrastructure for potentially Prince Reza Pahlavi, making some calls to action there in the future. But I mean, it's such a far cry. It's such a theory, but I always like thinking about it.
Wait, yeah, no, I mean, don't touch Kish. It's beautiful. Okay, that's my limit. Here, don't touch Kish Island. I have so many good childhood memories here. Guys, this is what Kish Island looks like in Iran. Look at that.
Beautiful.
And guys, yes. So this is in the Persian Gulf. White sands, like really beautiful white sands on the beach as well.
Can you click on that top left picture? Or one of those. It's beautiful.
This one.
Yeah, guys, it's beautiful. It's really warm.
Yes.
Let me get caught up here. Okay, so some pretty credible open source intelligence analysts are reporting that dozens of United States Air Force tankers took off from Ben Gurion Airport in Israel with their transponders off. We're able to confirm that because a lot of Israelis live right next to that airport, and they can literally count the tankers flying or hear them.
Somebody in the
We actually
chat
have
is
people in our
asking-
discussion group. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Say it again. Sorry, what?
We actually have people in a discussion group who live very close to that airport, and they're actually able to count how many planes take off as well. I've gotten reports that way as
Right.
well.
This is why you should join our discussion group, guys. The QR code in the top left, because we have people with all sorts of backgrounds that know these things. That just give us reports.
Yes.
Kuresh is asking us, "Are you two Iranian?" Yes, we are. I mean, can't you? You can tell by our names, no?
Thomas is saying that United States servicemen die all the time, bravely die all the time each year in training. They die doing what they love. Let's not spit on their graves by blaming Trump for their deaths. I'm not sure where you got that from, Thomas. I did not blame Donald Trump for that. I've actually stated
I don't
100
think he's-
times.
I think he was talking to somebody in the chat, not you.
Oh, then I'm so sorry, Thomas. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
To whoever Thomas is responding to, get out. It's not a place for you. Thank you, Thomas, for responding to that person. Appreciate that. Okay, so
In fact, not only we don't blame President Trump, I like this suggestion: Trump Hotel on Quiche Island. That's what Quiche Island is missing, a Trump Hotel.
yes, Islamic Republic state media and other such independent outlets in Iran are reporting explosions in various parts of the country, but we don't have confirmations of them yet. We're also getting the usual, clown show. The governor or the mayor comes out and says, "Oh, there was no explosions in my county," and then it turns out that the IRGC will confirm that like 24 hours later and make the governor look like a clown. So we'll see what happens in a bit. And the next one is by Zip Gunnel saying, "May this be the final battle." I sure hope so. But if there isn't, we still be here. But yes, Zip Gunnel, I really hope so. People are saying there was another spammer. I'll take a look, guys. So thank
You
you,
need
Zip.
more mods.
And I know. Who wants to be a mod?
No, don't. No, you
Beans.
should first. Oh yeah, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I think I know who I should give mods to. Steak and Beans gifted me 5 memberships. Thank you so much. That's 10 people today who got some memberships. So if you guys got some, speak up. Say hi. Thank you so much, Steak and Beans. Very kind of you. And Steve Dixon is saying Zulbia.
Zulbia.
I actually don't like
oh my
Zulbia.
God, my childhood.
It's the first bite. It's a Persian candy pastry dessert. Okay. And the first bite that you take of it is like the best thing ever, right? Like you're like, oh my God, it tastes so good. It's like flour and like sugar, basically pastry. It tastes so good, but it is so freaking sweet. If you eat more than like 1 or 2, your like throat starts burning. Or at least mine did. I don't know.
Yeah, it's too sugary, but it's so good. Oh my God.
It is really good. Fun fact, I'm actually allergic to all tree nuts, and most Persian candies or pastries have nuts on them, and I just can't eat them. But it's really convenient though, because I usually don't really eat too much sugary stuff anyway. It's like it's the best excuse ever.
Guys, there's an island in the Persian Gulf called Hormuz Island. Okay. And it's very rainbowy. Like it looks. I wonder if you guys see this. Hold on. It's like this. So this is a Hormuz Island. And for some reasons, the stones there come in multiple colors. And that's why it gives this rainbow look. So this is also in the Persian Gulf. So they call it Rainbow Island because the stones come in multiple colors like this. So it's a very touristy area because people like to go there and watch the rainbow. Oh, it looks like this. See the colors?
I really want to go. It's gonna be like 140 degrees there right now. Sheesh. Man, so strange. So strange. I feel like there's a lot going on behind the scenes here that we don't actually know of. It's actually, I'm such a curious person. And it's killing my curiosity right now. I'm actually suffering not knowing what's going on.
Because CENTCOM announced that they hit something and we can't tell what they hit.
I can't tell what they hit. And we're usually able to tell what they hit before CENTCOM announces anything. And it's so unusual.
This is unusual. You're right.
Guys, usually I get you guys the news on the explosions before quite literally anyone else on the internet, and I can't. And it's bothering me. Really much.
Usually Ali announces it and then CENTCOM confirms it. This time CENTCOM confirmed something. Maybe they're talking. I don't know. Maybe they're just talking about the attacks that we already saw.
Yeah,
I mean, I hope
could
not.
be that.
I need something more.
There were explosions earlier today. They were carrying out strikes, so could be that. All right, with that, thank you so much, Steve. Zulbia. What's the other one? What's like the circle ball one? Are they all just called Zulbia?
I think they're all Zulbia.
All right. And the next one. Okay, so real quick, sorry. So guys, what may be happening if we can't see or hear these explosions or get confirmations from them is, of course, there's an internet cellular blackout in the southern coast of Iran right now, but also it looks like you were seeing the full capabilities, the full capabilities of the United States Air Force stealth operations here. We might tomorrow wake up and see anything from targeted assassinations to key infrastructure being taken out to, it could be anything. It could be absolutely anything. What I do know is that there's a crap ton of United States Air Force tankers and jets up in the air. With that, Ida sent us a super chat saying, Armin, they might enjoy it, so I don't know how hell that will be for them. Ah, the dinner table of Ghalibaf and all of them in hell. You think they might enjoy Al Zoot?
I mean, does it matter if they like it or not? Do you guys remember in Futurama, death by snoo? Okay, so this could be, let them enjoy it. It would be the end of them. Does anybody know this reference? Death by snoo? So it's fine. As long as we could end them. Anybody knows what I'm referring to? Futurama? Anybody? Okay, I do, people. No. Best. So it would be death by Zoot. Let them enjoy it. It's fine. Yes.
My mom's watching the live.
Okay, but I didn't say what that is. Okay.
Oh no! My mom's watching the live and said "Baumier." The
Baumier. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're being very polite, Ali's mom. We're being good boys. Okay. I'm only doing like indirect references without actually going into details.
People in the chat are immediately typing profanities. Hey, I have strict regulations in the chat. How dare you?
Yes.
All right.
No, we're being good boys. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Guys, be on your best. Ali's mom is watching. Everybody be on your best behavior. Thank you. People say. Hi.
Thank you, Ida, for the super chat again. And James Moore is saying the challenge with the Mujtaba fake video is that no one knows what he looks like after his injury. Yes. Apparently we got all sorts of rumors. He's missing an eye, he's missing an ear, half his face is torn off, he's missing a leg. I don't know.
Yes. Wait, what did your mom say the other thing Zulbia thing was called?
Bamia.
Bamia, yes. Let me
Bamia.
also read thank you. That's good. I should remember that. Sorry. The challenge with the Mushtaba fake video is that no one knows what he looks like after his injury. Yes. Probably. I mean, President Trump said he's 95% dead. So another Futurama reference. He's probably a head in a jar. How else could you be 95% gone? He's a head in a jar, just like Futurama.
So strange. So strange. It's currently 3 a.m. in Iran, and we've seen maybe 4 or 5 explosions in total at this point. Usually we see like 100. So strange. People joined the live. They're like, "Oh my God, it's about to go down," and then we're just like, yeah.
This was, to be fair, this is what we were like before Operation Epic Fury.
True. Thank you, James. And Zip Gunnel is asking, the fact that there were no Patriot batteries at the Jordan base will become a story. Yeah, that's not going to be. Someone's going to get chewed out. A lot.
Well, I don't know about that, because it's not like you have infinite Patriot batteries, right? So I'm pretty sure they're all being used in an important place. So it's not like the United States has some that is just putting aside without using. So if you move some there, then there will be another place that would not have them, because it's not like there are infinite supply of them, right? I'm pretty sure all of them are being put into good use.
They're going to argue that the Jordan base hosts one of the largest U.S. forces in the region, and they're going to wonder why hits were allowed to happen. But yeah, that's a good point, Zip.
Dang.
All right, sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, people are saying it was a cluster type missile, which is really difficult to defend against.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't know that was the...
We have to double check then.
Yeah, wow. And Sarah Ocean is saying, I'm missing in action, but I had to make time for super chatting for my boys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. You're always here in our hearts, okay? Your motivations, your motivational. Me and Ali screenshotted some of your motivational posts, and then we just refer to them whenever we need some encouragement.
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah.
And also, if you just watch the first, I would say 10 minutes of the video, I was trying to get all the updates out in anticipation of the massive incoming response from the United States. So you can get all caught up just watching the first bit. And Sarah also said, for Armin too, always working hard. Love you too. Wow. Yeah, Armin, how hard do you work? Can you tell them?
I do nothing but work. That's how hard I work.
How many streams a day do you do?
Well, the Persian one, the one with the monkey, the one with our discussion group, the one with you. So that's 1 hour, then 3 hours, and then another 2 hours, and then another 2.5 hours over here. But then my work starts. Because then I have to, because then I have to do my work, actually. That's basically just the beginning of my day.
It's great. And guys, he's been doing this for almost 200 days straight. Not a day off, by the way. I don't know how. I have no idea. No idea how you do that.
No, look at this. We got this. Ali is saying, Armin, خدایی مراقب خودت باش استراحت کافی کن. You're like, oh, Armin, for the love of God, please be careful. You need rest. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Okay. Huh. All right. And thank you so much, Sarah. And Kimberly is saying, The White House put a complete lid on the media. Yeah, a few hours ago, they kicked out all the media, told them Donald Trump will not be taking any questions or interviews today. And I think largely he's probably been in meetings. Again, he hasn't posted on Truth Social. He's been, not seen by the media at all for a while. He's making some pretty important meetings and calls, I'm assuming. And actually, on that note, the strikes that we see in the southern coast of Iran targeting the radar, degradation defenses, the key nodes and bridges, that's Brad Cooper and Dan Kane. President Trump told them, if they do this, you do that. And now Dan Kane are going with full discretion on their own and preparing themselves, setting themselves up for an operation to come. So that's a decision in itself that was made. Thank you, Kimberly. And RG Rappaport sent us a super sticker. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Nechma, also, guys, no, I'm not a heart surgeon. I'm a heart scientist. Electrophysiology, which is the electricity of the heart. Building, testing medical devices, which you have to experiment a lot on human hearts and et cetera. But I'm not a surgeon. I'm not a doctor. And Nechma, oh, sorry, you're muted.
My father is a heart surgeon in Iran. Maybe when
Yes.
you go to Iran, you could visit my dad. My dad is the only heart surgeon in Iran that does surgery on infants. So,
wow.
When my dad retires, there's not a single heart surgeon in Iran that does surgery on babies under 1 year old.
So, guys, listen, the human heart is not exactly a large organ. You don't have much room for maneuver, and it is vital. You cannot mess up there, okay? Children's hearts are, I would say, like this big, maybe like the size of my nose, if not smaller. And largely the reason why surgeons would perform surgeries on children's hearts is because there's deformities or some sort of problem. So that's not even a normal
Genetic.
heart. The anatomy, the anatomy of that heart is not
Like sometimes
normal.
they're doing surgery, like the whole wall between the two, lower chambers is missing. Like there's whole missing, like it's a frog's heart or something. Like that's the kind of heart that he has to deal with, like genetic deformities.
I can't even tell you guys how insanely accurate you have to be with your hands. The margin for error is absolutely zero.
Yeah, I went to one of the surgeries to watch, and I recorded it when I was a kid. I went into the surgery room, and he had like so many magnifying things in front of him, because like it was like a whole device in front of him, because the whole heart is like this big. Because the surgery I went to, the baby was born prematurely, so the baby was actually not a normal sized baby, and the heart was like extra small. So he was operating on a heart, and back then, like this was like more than 25 years ago. So back then the equipments were not as advanced. So he had so many magnifying glasses to be able to do surgery on a heart that small. It was
Oh
like
my
this
God,
big.
that's insane. The doctors that I've seen perform heart surgery, they don't do that. They don't have the glasses and all that. It's you got ultrasound in front of you. You got some fluoroscopy. You're seeing what you're doing through that, and all the tools nowadays are streamlined so that there's a very low margin of error. The surgeon can't mess up too bad. They still do all the time, but yeah. Anyway, Nechma with a super chat saying, "Damn, I want Iran to be free because it looks like such an awesome vacation destination. It is. You have dense, lush rainforest jungles in the north. Then you have mountains with snows on them year round. Then you come and you have California deserts. You have sand dune deserts. You have salt lakes. What else we got? We got mountains everywhere you want. Some beautiful hikings, waterfalls throughout the country. Then you go to the south. You got the sand dunes. You got the tropical
Forest
vibe,
in the north,
blue water. Yeah.
Beautiful forest in the north.
Yeah. Got everything. You should come.
Four
I'll
seasons.
see you there.
You should come.
Yeah, 4 seasons. You have snow in the cities. And the next super chat is from Steak and Beans saying Bamia is what we call the okra. I thought okra was like a herb.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, it's like a leaf.
Yeah.
No, bamia. Oh, bamia. Bamia.
Bamia is a
No, but oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. It's like
okay, we have a
this.
new yeah.
No, it's okay. Go on. Breaking news.
No, you say it. I'll find it real quick so I can put a
No,
point
I
on it.
don't even know how to describe it. So go ahead.
Okay. So we have Hajiabad, which is in Hormozgan province. We have a big military strike there as well. So it looks like, guys, we're actually getting very limited information. That blackout is doing its job in hiding what's really going on the southern coast of Iran right now. So let's find Hajiabad. All right. Let's bring up the map. So that would be here. A green marker there. So guys, Hajiabad is actually a pretty important place to strike. The reason for that is because it's roughly 130, 50 kilometers north of Bandar Abbas. And if you can see this major highway, 71, leading out into it. And that takes you right into the central part of Iran here. So that place has been under bombardment for a while now. And then remember, the two bridges and highways that were hit were 96 and 94. So these two right here. In addition to that, they actually had another 7 bridges over the past 48 hours as well. So even bridges linking that to Minab and Sirik were also hit. Then we have the Chabahar bridges. Okay, so again, a little peeved. Can't really see what's going on, but we work with what we got. And thanks, Steak and Beans. Fleshy Interloper saying, the quiet before the storm. You know, we could be in the storm, but
Yeah.
I don't know where I am in it.
We could be in the eye of the storm where it's the most quiet.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We don't
Thank you,
know.
Fleshy. And Fizz Endresis is saying, come on, CENTCOM, I already defrosted the ground beef. I think maybe soon. Maybe soon. Maybe by the time you cook it, I think it'll be ready. Hopefully. This is, okay, I keep saying it's strange. We need to keep on saying that. Thank you, Fizz Endresis, for the super chat.
Thank you.
And Katana has a question for you, Armin. Was the Arm the Iranian People campaign successful? Have there been any successes or developments there? We need to arm them.
Yeah, we do need to arm them. The Arm the Iranian People campaign did completely change the perspective. It is responsible for making it clear globally that the Iranian people want to be armed. It connected the conversation inside Iran and outside of Iran. The Iranian people were discussing among themselves that they need to be armed. Americans, in Western media was discussing whether we should arm the Iranian people. There was no connection between these two. That campaign managed to connect. Guys, this is a campaign that I started with Iranian people inside Iran. They would make videos of themselves saying that they want to be armed and proof that they're inside Iran. And I would post them. And, it became viral when Mark Levin started sharing them. And it became everybody started using them. And now it's basically the understanding that there's a demand for this inside Iran. So it basically changed the conversation about this. And by the way, I have good information that it got to certain people that I cannot name, and they actually gave me feedback on what I should change about it. Okay. And one thing that I keep adding every time that I mention it was because of that feedback that I got. And every time I mention that the Iranian people need to be armed, now every single time I add the addition, I add this to it. I always say that it has to be done with the coordination of Princess of Pahlavi and his team. There's no other way, it won't work. So I just want to let you guys know that campaign was so successful, and you guys were part of it because you guys helped me make it go viral. And not only it changed the conversation, it also got to people who told me then what needs to slight adjustments that I need to make about it with the campaign. You're muted.
And that was a huge impact. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for following up.
Good question, Katana. And James Moore saying, Armin, buy your dad something from me. Both my children were premature babies.
Oh.
Science is a lifesaver.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful message.
I don't know how I would do that. He's in Iran. So I have to teach my dad how to, I don't know, make a crypto wallet or something. There's no way to, he's in Iran, so I don't know. I can't send him anything. There's no wire transfer or anything like that, so I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, that's
how about
tough
this?
technology.
How about I send him? I know. You know what? James? I know what he would appreciate more than me buying something. You know what that would be? Your message. I just screenshotted your message. He would actually love your message. So this is that okay, James? That's what I'm going to send him. This message of yours.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, James. It's very kind of you.
He would, by the way, James, he was going to love that. Like, this is what he would appreciate more than anything else.
And with that, those are the end of the super chats. And we have gone over. So what we're going to do is I'm going to keep monitoring what ends up happening with these strikes tonight. As always, if anything significant happens, I will be live immediately on both of our channels. So just come right on back. And what do you think for today? I think that's it. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Please.
Great job, Ali. Like, really great job.
Thank you. You too.
Fantastic work. So, guys, we should
That's
always
why you guys watch
appreciate
us.
Ali. Ali does so much work. Like, guys, you think like every time you come to the stream, you think Ali just started working. Ali didn't start working. Ali was working long before the show started, preparing all of this stuff for you. So just we need to appreciate him. He does this for you guys to make sure he has the best information. And you could appreciate him by subscribing to his channel, which I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys. So make sure you subscribe to him. We need to get him to 100K.
1 billion.
Also, guys, we're about to go, but the monkey has a show probably today on American politics related stuff. So let me see. Has he scheduled it? He hasn't scheduled it, but I'm pretty sure he's going to have a show today. So the monkey is basically the American politics arm of Liberty Politics. So
yes,
I'll put the link to his channel in the chat as well. And also, guys, make sure you subscribe to Liberty Politics as well. People on Ali's channel.
Yes, Liberty Politics.
Yes. Let me put the link to Liberty Politics in Ali's channel. That's me over here. So, yeah, link to Liberty Politics. Subscribe to Liberty Politics as well. Guys, those also, I appreciate. I just want to say, we keep asking people to like and subscribe and support us by liking, subscribing, leaving comments, but we should just take a moment to thank you instead of like constantly asking for it. I want to spend a moment to thanking you for all the people who have been liking, because a lot of people don't do it. You know, we ask guys, please support the channel. And then some people don't spend like they don't spend half of a second to just like the video, right? They don't do it. So it's okay. We don't. But I just want to thank the people who spend the time, liking, sharing, commenting, whatever you do. We notice that more of you are doing it, so we're appreciative. And guys, also I have good news for you. I have reports that you don't actually need to smash the Ali. Did you know this? I didn't know this. You don't need to smash the like button. I tried it today. I just lightly touched it and it worked.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, try it, guys. Try it. It's okay. Some people are even humping it. In the last show, they were saying we're gonna try.
Oh.
Some people say let's wait. Some people were saying we're gonna wage jihad on the like button, and like they're trying different things. We had smashing.
I think I'd rather have them hump it than wage jihad.
Okay. All right, guys. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. Ali, did you want to add something before we go?
That's all. We'll be right back tomorrow.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow. And guys, till next show, same time tomorrow. Until then, I'm Israel Chai. Slava Ukraine. Cuba Libre. Long live America. A second for today, twice. Long live America.
Long live America.
Javisha.
Payende Iran.
Iran. See you guys same time tomorrow.